I'm gonna tell y'all motherfuckers why I started this, because I got tired of arguing with all my powder heads. Hey, blow his head off from far away, JF Kennedy. Nah, but I gotta speak on it. Right now, I'm gonna speak on y'all favorite shit, my favorite shit, meth. No, it's not my favorite shit. But I'm gonna explain why I'm not on meth. Alright, we're gonna do that. Okay. And it's only because my little brother Reed died on meth, right? He went all the way across the country to the complete other side of the goddamn map, and basically his heart exploded. His heart ruptured. I was the first person on the East Coast to get the phone call. Steve-O, his brother, who's still here, called, was like, yo, Reed died. I was probably the last person Reed talked to on the East Coast before he died. He called me on FaceTime, like, while he's on the train going to meet up with this kid who really should have saved his life, bro. Because it was someone who knew Reed longer than I did, and it was somebody who also was working for a rehab that got him the drugs. So for anybody who think rehab is so holy and shit, remember, someone who worked at a rehab gave my little brother the meth that fucking killed him. So, my little brother on meth looked like this. We called this shit kung fu fighting that he would do. You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Steve-O and, like, Reed, and, like, there was my little brother Dantrell, and a whole bunch of us was living at this spot I don't live at no more, right? For, like, a whole summer. And, Reed would always be just... And, like, we'd always be like, yeah, Reed was just kung fu fighting in the corner. He don't know what the fuck he doing. Like, we would call it kung fu fighting because he, like... Damn, I'm not trying to fuck my fucking pipes up. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he would like, lose control of motor function on that shit. Like, I've never smoked meth in my life. If I ever did meth, it was sold to me as MDMA, and I took it as such. Meaning I put it in a drink and I drank it. Because that happens out here. Like, it used to be for a long time, you weren't allowed to sell meth up here. If you sold meth up here, the bikers were gonna come visit you, and they're gonna take it from you. If you did this shit again, you probably wind up getting smoked by the bikers. So, because they act as like, I guess, regulation or some shit for the cartel up here. So you couldn't even get meth up here for the longest time. The only reason I think that may have changed is I started seeing people that I could say look like they was on meth. Like, there's a certain body language to people when they on meth. It's not the same as when people are on dust. It's not the same as when people are on other shit that's similar. It's very distinct. Like, I can't even really replicate, but there's like a roboticness to the movements of people that's on meth. I guess is the best way I could put it. Like, they skin starts falling off and shit, and that's because I'm assuming it has something to do with the fact that the difference between methamphetamines and amphetamines is that meth triggers your endorphins. Meth also triggers adrenaline, either by way of triggering your endorphins or on its own. I can't remember, but I know that's the main difference. It does not just trigger dopamine and serotonin the way that amphetamines do. That's what the meth part in methamphetamine that makes the difference is. I like the way Dog the Bounty Hunter put it. He was describing somewhat the difference between speed and ice. Cause there's like, yeah, she was on speed, and he's like, when you say speed, what do you mean? She said, the person was like, meth. And he's like, well, that's not speed, that's ice. He said, what's the difference between speed and ice? And Dog goes, it's like the difference between beer and Jim Beam. He's like, it's like the difference, like speed is like beer compared to Jim Beam. So that's like, I've had to make this video before. I'll make this video again just to educate motherfuckers. You know, believe it or not, the man who's talking to the camera right now is on paper smarter than Einstein. Like, my last IQ test was above 189. I'm not going to say what it actually was, but it was above 189. Einstein is about 180. So my IQ combined, my combined quotient, both scores, both language and problem solving / mathematics, is very high. It's in the, like, I'm smarter than 97% of the world, essentially. It's in the top 96 percentile. I'm literally smarter on paper, this is documented, than 96.9% of people that's out here walking around. I'm just mad ignorant, that's all it is. So I remember, like, I had people in prison, bro. Like, someone gave me a calculus problem. I've never took calculus in my life. I came back like 5 minutes later. I was like, this the answer? And it was like, I don't know how he did that, but yeah, he got the right answer. No calculator, none of that. I used to fucking have teachers that thought I cheated on my math shit because, like, long division shit, I would never need to show my work. I do that shit all in my head. My handwriting looked like shit. Look. This is what my handwriting looked like. But oh, y'all, you feel what I'm saying? So it was like, for me, it was like, bro, when I could just do this shit in my head, like, why am I going to sit there and write this shit out when I know you can't read this shit? Like, so, yeah, long story short, if I was on meth, bro, I wouldn't be on this shit. Nah. Bro, just off seeing, like, especially when I used to live out in the Midwest and like Detroit and Dearborn and shit, seeing what people look like who's on meth, bro, that shit, I would never smoke that shit. Never, period. Never. I just wouldn't. And that's before my little brother and all them died off that shit and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just wouldn't do it. It doesn't seem very appealing to me. And I'm not saying Lefty Gunplay on meth, so don't take what I'm about to say as that. But notice how Lefty Gunplay, how much more animated and moving around and shit he is. He's making hand gestures and face motions that I don't even know how to recreate. You feel what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying Lefty Gunplay's on meth, so don't twist it into that. But I'm saying, like, he's definitely on something stronger than amphetamines. He's on something stronger than Adderall. I could tell that much. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, like, that's all I got to say about that. Like, but I figure just make the trolls happy. You know, since y'all want to talk about meth so much and waste so much of my time talking about it, I figure I'll just give y'all this. I'm out these biz, man.